Hello, I'm Dale from the British Bushcraft School, and today I'm going to give you some tips on survival. First thing you need to do is get the right materials. There are various different types of wood you need in different sizes. I'm going to show you how to do that now. So what you need is your kindling wood now, what we call matchstick size wood. And this stuff is perfect. It's nice and dry, it's hung in the trees. Even if it's been raining, the water can run off this and you can give it a few shakes and it will be nice and dry. These are specifically from the silver birch tree, and the silver birch is full of resin, which means that they burn really well even if they're wet. Okay, the second size wood you need is pencil size wood, and you need to grab a reasonable bundle of that. From there on in you need something slightly thicker, almost up to thumb thickness size, finger thickness size, like this. And then from then on you can go bigger, as big as this, like this. It's always best to get your wood from trees where it's all dead and standing, and it's easy to recognise dead standing wood because there are generally no leaves on it and it's quite brittle. The surface bark can be exfoliating off, and when you try to break it, it just snaps quite easily like that, and the core will be white instead of green. So you need to collect various different sizes of this, and quite a bit of it. In the wet, you need to collect double the amount of what I'm going to collect today, but it's a nice dry day, so we should be all right. So when lighting fires, there's a couple of important things to remember. One is that you always need the landowner's permission wherever you are before you light a fire. Also be aware of the local forest fire regulations in at that time, because you can easily start a forest fire, put many lives at risk and damage hundreds of acres of woodland. So it's always be really, really careful when you're making fires out in the wild. So in front of me I've got all the materials I need. Now you have something called tinder, and I've got dry grass here. Specifically today I'm going to use the hand drill fire by friction to light this. So in the middle I've got some very fine downy material from the top of a greater reed mace plant or cattail, which helps extend the glowing ember, but I'll talk more about that in a minute. From there on in we have the matchwood, which we collected from the silver birch trees. I've also got some bits of hazel in here as well, just to bulk it out a little bit. Then we've got pencil size thickness, moving on to thumb and finger size thickness, then double that, and finally getting really thick wood before our big pieces. So once you've got some materials, you then have to find some suitable ground. I've got here beneath me a fairly nice flat spot. I'm sweeping the leaves back. The reason we do this is that the fire can't spread through the leaves on the ground. It's nice hard clay earth here. So today I'm using fire by friction. I'm going to light fire with two sticks. This is what we call the hand drill. And I've got here, this is a stick of elder, an elderberry. You need to be careful because it is mildly poisonous, but I cut these green, scrape the bark off and then dry them, and as they're drying I make sure they're nice and straight. Ideal length is from your wrist to your elbow. Thickness wise, anything between 9 and 11 millimeters. For the baseboard I've got wild clematis here, and this is a nice dead piece. It's best to harvest this stuff when dead. This is also toxic, but together these make one of the best hand drill fire by friction combinations in Europe. I need a little ember pan to collect the ember. I need to put the hearthboard on top of the ember pan. I also need a very small stick, because in this V-notch here, when I rub the drill shaft in there, in this little V-notch here, you'll get loads of black dust. So the technique itself is fairly straightforward. Basically involves rubbing this drill between your palms. You've got to spin it between your palms, and only spin it between the base of your fingers and the heel of your palm here. If you go out onto your fingers, you can't get the downward pressure that you need, because downward pressure is quite key in this. You need to pin the hearthboard to the floor. My preferred way is to use the side of my leg like that, just to pin it in place. You don't want it moving around too much. It needs to be nice and firm. And then all you need to do is start spinning the drill between your palms. And as you're spinning, you're pressing down, and because you're pressing down, your hands will move down the drill. So once you've got into the swing of things, pick up the speed a little bit and drill all the way down. When your hands get to the bottom, move them back to the top really quickly. That's probably close to ignition. There you go. If I stop there, take my little twig, and as you can see, it's smoking already there on its own. I just need to tease that out. There we go. Be careful of the wind, because this is obviously quite delicate. This is what we call the ember or the coal, and it can be blown to pieces quite easily. Most people rush at this stage. There's no need. This can last up to 5 minutes. In some cases, even 7 or 8 minutes. So there's no need to rush. And I need to put this into the middle, just gently, like that. You see it's smoking. And then I need to fold this in and start blowing on it. You can fan it through the air as well. And there we go. And then you can start to put on the next size up, which is the pencil size thickness, like this. And that's how to make a fire with sticks.